Vegas Aces. We've got words from Chloe Peterson, Stephanie White's comment. I think it was just not having really the waving rookie Grace Van Sluten or veteran center Demarius Dantes. Oh, Lord. It's extremely apparent how incompetent the Fever is. More she loses fans. Wow. If Caitlin more brain activity than the entire front office. Damn. Wow.
Justine Pissott is officially no longer a member of the Indiana Fever. The Aces put in an offer sheet, and a lot of people assumed the Fever would counter by cutting one of their actual underperforming roster spots. Instead, Indiana let a promising rookie walk, instead of moving on from a player who's been dead weight on that bench for 2 seasons. That's the decision everybody's furious about this morning, and honestly, it's hard to blame them.
I think that should have told the Fever organization, wait a minute. If somebody like Becky Hammon is wanting to pick this player up, take a step back. What are we missing here? What is it that we're not doing? How about...
Let's just lay out why this stings so much. This is a team with legitimately no size in the front court, and they just let a 6'4" prospect walk, who shot 42% from 3 in college. That's the exact skill set this roster has been missing all season, and it just got shipped out the door for nothing.
Before they had actually, the word had just broke that they had thrown out an offer, and fans were like, yeah, right here, Stephanie White reliving her Villanova coaching days through Justine on the bench. Yeah. Yikes. Oh, no. Yeah, Vietnam action. Wow. Unserious poverty franchise. Justine is payment for Vegas tanking the game. I've seen that. I've seen that going around.
If Becky Hammon and the defending champion Las Vegas Aces think this player can play, that should have been a giant red flag for Indiana's front office to step back and ask what they're missing. Instead of doing that self-evaluation, the answer was just, let her walk. Play the player. That's it. That's the whole take. You don't let a team like Vegas poach a prospect for free without asking hard questions about your own evaluation process.
Keep Pissott for Didi or Grace. Get the out, Amber Cox. Y'all better either cut Didi or Grace and sign Pissott. Too late. Pissott would fill a giant hole for this team. You're meaning to tell me she wouldn't have been more impactful than Dantes? She's 11 years younger and 6'4". You cut somebody 6'4" and 11 years younger. God.
And then you get Stephanie White's actual quote on why they didn't match the offer. I think it was just not really having the feeling that we had the ability to open up the roster spot. I had to read that back myself, because that's about as vague and unconvincing an explanation as you're going to get for cutting ties with a legitimate prospect.
On this Indiana Fever official team merch post, oh my goodness. The fans are letting this organization have it. And I tell you what, you're going to start seeing this. A Caitlin Clark fan right here. Sorry, CC. Love you tremendously. But if you stay here, you deserve what you get. Wow.
White followed that up talking about how developmental contracts exist to prepare players for opportunities elsewhere, essentially framing this as a feel-good story about helping a young player advance her career. That's a nice sentiment. But I have never in my life seen a professional sports organization talk about developing talent specifically so another team can benefit from it. That's not player development. That's just giving away assets.
I think that should have told the Fever organization, wait a minute. If somebody like Becky Hammon is wanting to pick this player up, take a step back. What are we missing here? What is it that we're not doing? How about...
Meanwhile, Keeping Pissott would have meant potentially waiving rookie Grace Van Slooten or veteran center Demiris Dantas, and in a world where Dantas is still occupying a roster spot after 2 largely unproductive seasons, choosing to keep her over a promising 6'4" shooter is the kind of roster decision that's going to get picked apart all season long.
Sitting there like a bump on a log. These words actually came out of her mouth that they could not come up with a spot. Chloe Peterson would also then say it would have likely meant waiving rookie Grace Van Slooten or veteran center Demiris Dantas. Oh, Lord. Dantas, sorry, but I got to let you go. I got to let you go. You've hit some threes.
One Caitlin Clark fan summed up the fan base mood perfectly. Sorry, CC. Love you tremendously. But if you stay here, you deserve what you get. It's extremely apparent how incompetent the Fever is. That's brutal. But a lot of people are nodding along with it right now. And that frustration isn't coming out of nowhere after a full season of roster and rotation questions.
Worked out in all this. God, this league. Wow, I can't believe this news. Reason why we should have been playing her some. Y'all effing dodos. You could keep Pissott for Dee or Grace. Get the out. Amber Cox. Y'all
Fans are straight up saying White needs to be fired if she genuinely believes Dantas provides more value than a talented young shooter. And honestly, the numbers back that frustration up. Dantas has been a marginal rotation piece for multiple seasons now, and letting a 22-year-old with real shooting upside walk to keep that spot intact is going to be hard to defend if this roster struggles down low later this season.
Worked out in all this. God, this league. Wow, I can't believe this news. Reason why we should have been playing her some. Y'all effing dodos. You could keep Pissott for Dee or Grace. Get the out. Amber Cox. Y'all
This is the part of the story that actually matters long term. Fans are starting to say the longer Caitlin Clark stays quiet and sticks with this coaching staff, the more goodwill she's burning with her own fan base. There's a growing chorus calling for Clark to actually use her star power and voice within this organization, because if she can't get through to a coaching staff that keeps making roster decisions like this one, that's a much bigger problem than one lost prospect.
News. Reason why we should have been playing her some. Y'all effing dodos. You could keep Pissott for Dee or Grace. Get the out. Amber Cox. Y'all better either cut Dee or Grace and sign Pissott. Too late. Pissott would fill a giant hole for this team. You're meaning to tell me she wouldn't have been more impactful than Dantas?
This is a fundamentally risk-averse organization. They'd rather keep a player who's good at nothing over an unknown but talented rookie. That's a harsh way to put it, but it's hard to argue with the pattern here. Fans have started calling that Dantas roster spot the empty jersey at this point, and when your own fan base is making that joke, that tells you everything about how much trust has eroded.
I bet they knew that offer was coming in before yesterday. A lot of fans are doing the whole Becky Hammond, Stephanie White had a little something worked out in all this. God, this league. Wow, I can't believe this news. Reason why we should have been playing her some. Y'all effing dodos. You could keep Pissott for Dee or Grace. Get the out. Amber Cox.
People are even joking that Stephanie White is reliving her old Villanova coaching days by keeping talented young players glued to the bench, calling this whole situation an unserious poverty franchise approach to roster building. That's an exaggeration, obviously, but it captures just how little patience this fanbase has left for player development decisions that don't actually seem to prioritize the best available talent.
They will make you want to pull your freaking hair off your head. Quote, I think it was just not really the feeling. My God, Stephanie White, speak English. Give up the habit so you can talk right. Quote, I think it was just not having really the feeling. What? Chloe, did you have to cut a bunch of...
And this is where it gets real. Fans are pointing out that Stephanie White effectively told frustrated supporters to go away earlier this season, and now the team wants them back for merch giveaways and ticket sales, while Pissott walks out the door with no acknowledgement. You're already seeing the hashtag continue with the boycott picking back up, and until the Fever actually address this decision publicly, that sentiment isn't going anywhere.
Tell you what, you're going to start seeing this. A Caitlin Clark fan right here. Sorry, CC, love you tremendously. But if you stay here, you deserve what you get. Wow. It's extremely apparent how incompetent the Fever is. I hope you can overcome all this, but I just don't see how. Wow. Cece's probably smuggling herself out in Pissott's luggage. White needs to be fired if she thinks